It's beautiful out here, and I am in a tank top, so it's nice enough. Basically, highs in the low 70s, lows in around the 50s. So definitely glad I brought a variety of clothes. But beyond that, you can hear my voice is back, and that's so super exciting because that was actually one of my last symptoms that just drove me crazy. Besides the hives, in fact, losing my voice 2 years ago, I looked so sad. And I remember going to South by Southwest with one of my mentors from the MBA program. In fact, that particular mentor is very active in the NSA, not the one where you're not supposed to talk, but the one you're encouraged to talk, the National Speakers Association. And I couldn't even have my full voice to hold a conversation while I was there during South by. That's how much the allergies were. And so when the hives came out, it really drove me crazy. The test results back, and I am highly reactive to mold. And it's not the allergies. They actually did a mold test where they were testing the levels of the IgG and the IgE. And I tested positive for every single strain of mold that's out there, so much so, no wonder I'm a canary in the coal mine. And because the air quality in Mobile is so much better than Austin in general, the skies really are as blue as what they say in the Leonard Skinner song. But chances are I'm only going to be in Austin for this next phase of treatment 4 to maybe 8 days out of the month and traveling elsewhere because I feel my best and I can heal in Mobile. But I stay a Texas resident to keep my doctor, and plus my work is there because the hives have come out on the other side of 45 near Webster and Brentwood, and hopefully seasonal, but more often than I care for. In the pursuit of longevity, I did a lot of healthy habits, and I'm not letting a fungus grow because it's so high in my system and residue that is like, great, no wonder my life's been so magical. I have some magic mushrooms probably growing inside of me somewhere. So, but regardless, there are opportunities to fix that. And a lot of that is, so the functional medicine has been working so well. And mold and Lyme do not mix. In fact, mold can re-trigger Lyme disease. So essentially, I take a risk health-wise by living in Austin, I did with all that high Alternaria, which of course is very high in my system as a residue. Plus I'm reactive to it, as well as the black mold without it. But in all these other cities, including Monterey, I have not needed a Mucinex D. And that's this one with pseudoephedrine because at one point last year, before I started some of this functional medicine, I was taking up to 20 antihistamines and 4 pseudoephedrine a day. The box says take 2, by the way, if you have the max doses. And realized all in Alabama, and it depended on seasonally what's going on and see. But I'll still rather get a good night's sleep on my boat. And if there are people who actually saw my setup down there in my boat, crazy. But I got a giant HEPA filter with a blue light UVC that circulates air for an apartment up to 750 square feet, which should be good enough for a J29, a dehumidifier, and another UVC with in the forward berth where my sails are, because essentially my V berth is my sails locker. Signing out.